Next on the Big Match programme, I think you're onto a pretty good thing because we're going to look back on a year of the Big Match. The action, the excitement and the incidents as well. 8 minutes of really fast-moving television coming your way. I still find that so many people come up to me, though, and talk about that amazing confrontation we had in our studio a few weeks back between Malcolm Allison and Alan Mullery. I just wonder if you remember this.
I'm saying I'm a better player than you ever were.
I didn't say you weren't.
No, but this is my opinion against yours. You're entitled to your opinion, but you never ever change your mind, you see. This is the only thing about you. You've got a lot of pride and all that.
You talk about players, you know. It's not a personal thing between you and I. You talk about the standard of players. You talk about World Cup players, talk about midfield men. If you're going to compare yourself with Overath and Beckenbauer and Ball and Bell and these fellas, Montiel, you know, if you think you're as good a player as them, I don't think you're as good a player as them. I think you're a good passer of the ball, a good one-pace player, but no acceleration. I don't think you're good in the air.
Is this a problem in no acceleration?
It's a problem if you're talking about world-class players.
There's stacks of players that have got no acceleration.
Alan Ball hasn't got any acceleration.
I'm as quick as Ball is. I don't say I'm a better player than Ball is, but I'm as quick as Ball is any day.
Well, at least it finished with a handshake, and Jim Manning of the Evening Standard was another of our guests.
We've got to root out the problem of crowds who can't behave themselves, who spend all the match booing, stirring up the whole business, misbehaving themselves very often in a violent way to and from the matches, and you have players on the field who pay the referee and the linesman no respect at all, and you get clubs who condemn referees in public. Now, how can you run football like that? You tell me any sport other than soccer where this happens.
By drawing attention to it when it happens, Jim, and not when it doesn't happen.
One week we had a laugh with Eric Morecambe.
You get very excited. I mean,
I'm afraid so, yes.
Yesterday's match, there was a bit of pressure in it, wasn't there?
Well, let me put it this way, that I came with a straight pipe. I'll look at it today. Yeah.
The last word there, of course, had to be with Eric Morecambe himself.
Thank you very much indeed.
It's my pleasure.
Pleasure to have you on the
programme.
programme.
Thank you very much indeed. Is it check in the post?
It checks in the post.
Oh, that's lovely.
Even nicer to know that you sit there every Sunday afternoon watching Brian and I.
It's perfectly true. That's perfectly honest. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
I'll see you then.
Laughter off the field, but a lot of tension on the field, as we saw when we went to Chelsea.
But Hudson. Osgood. McClintock taking a buffeting there in the chin, and McClintock and Osgood getting stuck into each other, right under the eyes of the referee. And the book is out. The book is out for the name of Peter Osgood to go into it. And it looks as though McClintock also is going in. Well, there's Osgood's name anyhow. Well, it looks as though McClintock is in as well, and they're still going on.
And amongst the Manchester United players.
And Steve James and Fitzpatrick and Law. There's a fight, in fact, between the United players on the field, angry with each other, and Dennis Law in the middle of it. David Sadler as well, angry obviously with Mullery, who is acting very wisely and sensibly as a peacemaker. But obviously Law full of anger and anguish that this 2-goal lead should have been lost. And there, at the end, exactly as it should finish.
But of course, what we like the most of all are the goals. Last year's golden goal by George Graham.
Radford going in again. And again. And now George Graham. A little 1-2, a chance for Graham. Oh, a magnificent goal by Graham. What a superb goal by Graham.
Well, a spectacular goal, but now the moment of glory for all Watford fans when their team drew level with Chelsea in an FA Cup semi-final at Tottenham.
Headed by McCready, straight there for Garbutt. Still Garbutt with a shot. And a goal by Garbutt.
And we had Eusebio taking penalties against our own Gordon Banks.
Everyone converted up to now. And that one came off the floor and Banks was able to make a save. And there's the lovely sportsman that Eusebio is smiling away. Now, will he change his mind now? Is he going to change sides in the goal? No.
And in fact, he scored 9 out of 10. Now, sometimes we praised and sometimes we criticised the referees. Sometimes they made the pictures themselves on the day that Bobby Moore took the whistle.
And Bobby Moore straight into the referee. Knocked out the referee. That really was a powerful header away by Bobby Moore, and the referee is completely knocked out.
The referee has fallen over and is in some discomfort. Mr. Diamond is having difficulty getting up. Mr. Diamond has twisted himself. There is an appeal for any registered FA referee or linesman to report to the office. And a gentleman is taking his coat off in the tunnel below us. And he obviously came ready, or he's changed very quickly.
Well, a stop for minor repairs there, but a major repair was called for when this happened in the Swindon-Sunderland match. In the second half, this incident happened.
The touch. There's Stewart, and he hit the bar. And there go the goalposts. The tiniest fellow on the field, little Bobby Kerr.
Well, no doubt Gary Sprake hoped that the whole world would crash in on him when he led in this soft one against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park.
Taylor taking on Davey. Payne right up there. Bobby Tambling. Sewell trying to lift it in under that crossbar. And a goal! Oh, what a mistake by Sprake! And Sewell has equalised. Oh, and Sprake furious with himself, as indeed he ought to be.
Well, we've been out in all weathers bringing you those pictures, but rarely in rain as heavy as we found it at the Orient.
The clouds absolutely black overhead now as the corner comes across. No. The referee, in fact, has taken the players in, presumably until this clears off a little. The crowd don't like it. But I think the football has been good enough in this opening 35 minutes or so for them to probably stay in spite of the rain and wait for the resumption.
Well, a cheery cameraman there, but we had cheering crowds at the Kop at Liverpool. So some of the great moments of 1970. Let's hope we have just as many in 1971.